I questioned the anarchist, and that would be anarchist, attitude toward law. I questioned the ability to run society simply on the basis of individual autonomy as distinguished from democratic voting, which the anarchists opposed, demanding if there were to be any form of organization, it had to be uh, non-democratic. It had to be consensual. That's the word I'm looking for. And how far this goes is difficult very frequently to convey. Consensus mutes dissonance. Consensus is a way of trying to force people to be free, to use Rousseau's famous remark. It was the highest form of coercion from the standpoint of decision making. It was the highest form of coercion in the name of freedom. It was a contradiction in terms. Minorities and consensual and the right to form factions and the right to dispute and to organize around issues in opposition from one point of view to another. And I'm working with very difficult ideas here. The right to have this was the only way in which you could produce a creative body politic, because it is invariably or almost invariably the fact that by dispute, by the absence of consensus, by an attempt to cultivate minorities and to let them function freely as minorities in an organized way is the only way that we could produce a creative society. We had to be able to create. And to be able to create, we had to cultivate the minorities that come out often with the most advanced points of view. And far from forcing consensus, as I saw occur in the Clamshell Alliance, where an attempt was made to force people either to stand aside and not demand the adoption of their point of view, was a form of tyranny. Literally tyranny. One woman was even accused of being a police spy, and I knew her, of being a police spy at the second Clamshell Alliance in New Hampshire meeting. It was an assembly of the Clamshell Alliance branches or affinity groups or whatever they tended to call themselves. And was accused of being a police spy because she wouldn't stand aside, and thereby demanded the right, if there was going to be consensus, to have her point of view presented, debated, discussed, and retained by her in opposition to the rest of the group.